I am the greatest.
Someone look color. Someone look color. Someone look gas. Someone look.
All right. What's up, guys? We're Silas Williams, aka TheSwolefessor, here to pick up from yesterday's Q&A video. Gonna continue on with the questions where we left off. Let's get right into it.
All right. John55J asks, what fitness books have you read / would recommend?
So off the top of my head, man, honestly, I can't really think of any, just because most of what I read, guys, comes from like scientific research studies, articles, videos, a bunch of things that I had to go over like in kinesiology courses, stuff like that. Like I can recommend some textbooks to you, but I don't think you want to pay the money for those. But off the top of my head, man, just a good just like fitness book. 'Cause I really can't think of you guys, because most fitness books are more like just motivational stuff, or like, you know, kind of like how to get started. So I haven't really read those. I don't have a whole lot of need for them. But Brandon Carter, if you guys look him up, he's got a couple of good books. One I think is for cutting, and one's for bulking, and he keeps it really simple, really scientific. And I would maybe check out some of his books. I've read a couple of his. I just don't remember exactly what they're called.
All right. Abdaro1 asks, what is the best way to bring up the lower / inner chest, and at what angle with cable flies will target the lower chest? I've been focusing on incline and flat since I've started working out. Would decline / incline / flat pressing on chest day be too much pressing?
All right, so to answer your first question, you can't really target the middle chest. I keep hearing people say like, oh, it's gonna target the middle pecs. I don't know where that comes from. Like, you can fill that space up more, yes, but that just comes from getting your chest bigger as a whole. You can't really like target inner chest. As for like your lower chest, obviously doing cable flies where you're coming at a downward angle is gonna target your lower pecs a little bit more. And then to answer your last question, yeah, you can totally throw in some more decline work. Like that's how it's gonna pretty much be. Like the best thing you can do to bring up your lower pecs is gonna be more decline work or weighted dips, because that's gonna hit the lower chest more. And you can definitely do it all on the same day. Like I myself, whenever I'm on a traditional push day, I make sure that each compound is focused on like one of those areas. So I have, you know, my flat bench press, incline dumbbell press, a direct like shoulder press of some sort, and then some type of decline press, whether it's like, you know, a machine decline bench press or just weighted dips. I prefer weighted dips, but yeah, you can definitely just throw in some more decline work and some, you know, decline cable flies, and that'll help bring your lower pecs up.
All right. Iron Addiction asks, would you find it successful just keeping track of your protein and taking carbs only on meal 1 in the morning and not keeping track of fats?
So I'm not quite sure what you're asking, man. It sounds like I'm gonna take it as you're asking, like, if you only track your protein, will you be okay? It depends on what your goals are. Like, if your goal is cutting and the only macro you track is your protein, but you still make sure you're in that total caloric deficit, so you track your total calories, but the only macro you look at is protein, then yeah, that's fine. You'll obviously still lose weight. Same thing if you're bulking. If you only want to track your protein and just make sure that you're in that caloric surplus, you will build muscle, that's fine. If your carbs and fats kind of go back and forth, fluctuate, that's okay. The only thing is, like, if you are cutting, it's good to track each of your macros, so that way if you like hit a stall or a plateau for a couple weeks and you know you need to lower your calories again, well, you're probably not going to want to lower your protein, right? But if you have no clue what your carbs or fats are, it's kind of hard to adjust for that. So that's why I recommend, just if you're going to track one, just track them all.
All right. Seamless Insanity asks, what keeps your motivation to keep uploading consistent content even when you don't get the views and likes you want? All right, I just want to announce real quick. I'm reading them how they are.
Yeah.
I can read.
Yeah, don't worry, guys. Joseph's, he's not incompetent. He's just reading it how you guys posted it. But anyway, to answer your guys' question, or to answer this specific question, so when I started this channel, I never had an idea number for like, oh, I want to reach this many subs, or I want to get this many views per video, or this many likes per videos. Like, my goal is simply to put out valid content, good beneficial information, and whoever sees it, for them to benefit from it, and then for them to go spread it so that other people can benefit from it. That's always kind of been the goal. Obviously, as I've continued on with it, it's been cool seeing like, oh, this video got this many views or this many likes, so that I can learn from that, just because more views means more people are seeing it, right? More people are getting that information. So I try to, you know, take the things I learned and apply them to each video. But I mean, I don't really get upset if a video gets more views than another one. It's just kind of like, hey, I put the time into this video. I know it's a good video. I know whoever's going to see it is going to benefit from it. And that's it. I focus more on what I'm getting than what I'm not getting. I focus on the fact that, hey, man, I got this many positive comments. I got this many views versus, oh, well, I didn't get this many views, this many comments. Because at the end of the day, you can always have more views, more likes, more comments. So it's just a process, guys. It's just building it up. I don't really stress over it that much. I mean, any type of growth is cool. Like, you know, the fact that I'm doing this because the 1K subs is awesome. But I don't really have to motivate myself to keep doing it. Like, the motivation I get is from all the people who are benefiting from it.
All right. Armiro comments. Full body workout versus splits? Question mark, question mark. Which one is better for hypertrophy for natural lifters?
Okay, oh man, a lot of you are not gonna like this answer, but those of you who've been watching me long enough are gonna probably already know the answer to this. So, scientifically speaking, the most optimum way to train for natural lifters is going to be full body. For one, the body is made to work as one unit. That's why, like, in sports, most athletes are training full body style, because you're never going to play a sport where you're just using your bicep or your tricep. You're going to be using your body together as one unit. Two, full body is going to give you the most optimum frequency you can, because with full body, you can hit every muscle group up to like 4 times a week, because you're training it every other day, your entire body every other day. So you work out, you rest, you work out, rest. And since protein synthesis lasts anywhere from 24 to 48 hours, full body is perfect for keeping that window of growth open as far as how protein synthesis works. And just the fact that with full body, you have more of a focus on compounds, and you use isolation works to kind of burn out or bring up your weak points. It just comes down to the fact that, scientifically speaking, full body is going to be the most optimal way to train, especially when you compare it to like something like a bro split. Bro split is just horrible. With that being said, if you're on something like upper lower or push-pull legs, you're still hitting each muscle group 2 times a week. Is it as optimum from a physiological standpoint as full body? No, but at the end of the day, you got to do what you enjoy. Even if it's something as garbage as a bro split, the person who's going to come in, you know, be consistent, progressively overload, increase, you know, weight and reps on a bro split is going to get better progress than the person who's maybe on full body but hates it so much to where they aren't consistent. So at the end of the day, do what you enjoy. That's what's going to give you the best results. But scientifically speaking, yes, full body training is going to be better than like a bro split, obviously.
All right. Garrett Krieger asks, hey, so what are some good tips for meal timing? And also, what are some good tips for volume? Thanks. Fire emoji.
All right, so once again, I've already done a full video over meal timing, intermediate fasting. I'm gonna leave that in the description down below. As for some good tips for volume, general rule of thumb, don't do more volume than what you can recover from. Different people can do different amounts of volume based on what they can recover from. I will say for beginner level lifters, the focus needs to be on frequency and just progressive overload. And as you get, you know, into intermediate and more advanced, then you can start adding in more volume if you'd like to. But no matter what level you're at, your focus should always be on frequency regardless. You should never sacrifice frequency for volume. If you're going in and doing so much volume to where you can't hit that muscle group again the rest of the week, you just screwed yourself.
All right. He-man, what or where do you see yourself in the next 5 years doing as far in the fitness industry wise?
So in the next 5 years, well, by then I definitely plan to have, you know, my certification as a strength conditioning specialist. I already have my degree in kinesiology. I'm already a certified personal trainer, and I plan to get certified as a strength and conditioning specialist this year. So I definitely, you know, in the next 5 years, hopefully that's accomplished. As far as the fitness industry, pretty much hopefully just doing what I'm doing now, just on a broader scale, you know, still training, still making videos for you guys, still putting out that valid content information, but hopefully, you know, just on a bigger scale. Maybe, you know, in 5 years, if I'm at like 100,000 plus subs or something like that, that would be awesome. I pretty much want to be doing the same things I'm doing now, just effectively helping more people. You know, by then I definitely would have started the online training and, you know, pretty much doing what I'm doing now, just on a bigger scale. Maybe I've done a bodybuilding show or 2 at that point if I decide to go that route. Do a national powerlifting meets, you know, so far I've only just done local ones, maybe do nationals, go to worlds. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Just doing what I'm doing now, just on a bigger scale.
Hey, we got the last question here. Sharagiz GX asks, have you ever been injured by doing some exercise wrong? If so, how did you go about handling it?
So I've actually never been injured from working out. I've never had an injury from the weight room or exercising or anything like that. I was fortunate enough to be taught, you know, proper form from the very start with almost all the movements that I've learned, and plus doing calisthenics from age 11 to 17 before ever touching a weight helped me with understanding the concept of, you know, good form and proper strength training, progression, etc., things like that. So I personally have never been injured. The best thing to do though when you are injured, when you go about it, is of course find out the severity of the injury, whether that means going to a physician or what you have to do is find that out, and then pretty much going from there. A lot of people just ignore injuries, try to work through the pain. Guys, pain is the body's way of telling you, hey, you're doing something wrong, cut it out. So find out exactly what's wrong so that you can address it immediately. If it's something where you just need to take a little bit of time off the gym, do so. If it's something where you can kind of work around it, if you don't, irritate it directly, do so. But the best advice I can give you is to don't ignore it. That's the number one thing. You get injured, don't ignore it. You need to address it, figure out what's going on. But yeah, so that's it, guys. That was the last question. So that's gonna be it for this video. Like I said, be on the lookout for maybe 2 or 3 more, depending on how many more questions we have to go through. But like I said, on Friday, that's when I will be announcing the winner of the giveaway. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and leave a comment down below. Let me know that you did. If you did not enjoy the video, go ahead and leave a comment down below. Let me know what I can do to get better. Like the video, share, subscribe. Keep it simple, specific, scientific. I'll catch y'all later.
I am the greatest.
Come on the color.